Like any other horror game, Big Scary has lore, a story, a magical tale, and I'll be covering it. Let's start all the way to 1960. 1916 is a game made by Shrek, which he made because of his passion of World War I. It was as you expected, a game about World War I, but Big Scary Edition. And the game never came out yet. He only picked a couple people to play the game, so I'll be using Redfish's gameplay. We start in a field. We are woken up by William. He explains to us the general needs us and he might get mad if we don't.
You feel stupid.
So we walk. After a cool walking gameplay, we make it to the general. He tells us,
"Oi, glad you could join me. Welcome to the Lieutenant Edward's den. I've got an important mission for you, aight? Last night, the British Army just started rolling out this new thing called a tank. But last night, some bloody German prick done over and stole the only one we bloody got. Winning the next battle depends on that tank. That's why you need to cross no man's land and steal it back."
So now we have to steal a tank back. We have to get to the no man's land, which is really dangerous, William tells us. So after another cool walking gameplay, we get to the no man's land. As we're walking, we see someone in the distance. As we are walking, William stops to tell us something, then gets shot by the guy that was laying there, then he shoots himself. Oh my god, that's crazy for a Big Scary game, dang. Then sad music plays. We only met this guy 3 minutes ago, but I'm still sad for some reason. Anyways, we get there, but the tank is protected by a bunch of guards. Just by walking past around them, we get in the tank, which the general is also in. How did you get here? Anyways, we bring it back to where we started. Then, that's it. Yeah, so Shrek never really finished this spin-off game, so this is it for 1916 for now. Okay, now we're actually getting to the Big Scary game, with all the levels and stuff. But if you go on level 3, then go to a secret hallway place, you would have wasted your time. Oh wait, never mind. There's like an entire essay that someone left here for us. It says, "The holes and tunnels were originally going to be the basement of the largest shopping mall in America. But during the construction, some of the workers accidentally stumbled upon a labyrinth-like structure that sits like a second layer of skin below the Earth's crust. The president of Monkey America hired a new organization known as GMU to discover the secrets of the labyrinth. But GMO had terrible working, mobile, and cheap inhuman practices, which resulted in a massive explosion within the labyrinth and destroyed many of the typical entries into the lair. This was known as the Boom of '87. The massive explosion killed many GMU workers and opened up a large, preserved bubble under the surface, in which many mutated monsters had been living secluded from the surface for millions of years. However, GMO had discovered a new mineral, Big Buxium. Full of greed, GMO continued to send its slaves into the labyrinths to recover the Big Buxium. But GMO's rival, Maison, hired new gorilla workers to enter and explore the labyrinth, in an attempt to stop GMO from conquering all Big Buxium and achieving world domination. The players are Maison workers. Also, the SCP Foundation exists. This basically explained the entire story of Big Scary. Wait, so that's it? But wait, don't leave now. It's not over. We have Discord. If we go in the Big Scary Discord, we can find the lore writing channel, which has some cool stuff on it. So I guess we could go over to this then. 10 Mason workers go into the facility and are instructed to go and write files on the monsters and sectors of the facility, so Mason will know if the facility is safe or not. They must stop until they reach the end of the facility. They also need to collect much as Big Buxium as they can. Oh my God! The rest is just explaining what the workers do, nothing too much. So I guess that's it. We don't leave now. We still have to talk about the journey to the first level to the last level. Level 1, which is the coal mines. It's pretty easy. Levels 1 and 2 don't really have that much. Level 1 is the mines and level 2 is the sewers. Level 3 has lore, like I was talking about earlier, but there's cameras watching us. Either this is GMO or something else. Everything seems normal until level 4. These weird slides. Anyways, after picking the right slide, we get to level 5, these vents. Find the buttons to escape. pretty easy. Then level 6 with the skinwalker, kind of like level 2. There's a bunch of skinwalkers in this game for some reason, but we'll talk about that later. After finding the key to escape, we get to level 7, the power plant. But there's a twist now. There's 2 monsters, which is kind of cool. After reading the messages on the wall, again, we know we have to collect these radioactive metal rods or something, whatever they are. Then after escaping that level, we make it to an outside level, even though we're underground. This is kind of weird. We'll see more levels like this later on. Anyways, after reading another message on the wall, we need to find the correct rock that leads us out this level. After we find it, we get to level 9, which also has a fake sky. Instead of a message on the wall telling us what to do, we have this guy. He tells us we have to get candy for him to let us go. So after getting all the candy for him, we can leave. Also, this place is Halloween decorated. Okay, we got the mines and the nuclear power plant and now the Nightmare Before Christmas. There's no way someone built this. Okay, now we're at level 10, which is inspired by the game Crawl Space. This has to be one of the most scariest maps ever. It's dark, it's small, and you can only see the monster when he's like 2 feet away from you, so you can only rely on sound. Finally, an actual scary level. Anyways, we escape in finding all the buttons. Then we make it to level 11, the hospital. Yeah, all of this is underground, by the way. The cool thing about this place is 2 monsters, kinda like level 7. The baby and the lady. The baby spends his time in the vents, while the ghost lady spends her time in the halls. Also a very scary map. Anyways, you find all the passcode things, then we escape. Also, I wonder who's writing all these messages on the walls. Okay, now we're at the Christmas level. Level 12. Which is, what do we even call this place? Whatever, we need to find the presents everywhere, while a scary Yeti man chases us down. Then we get to level 13, which also has a coal mines type of place, with a cool eyeball monster. Judging by the person who wrote the message on the wall, we need to make an eyeball soup. Anyways, after finding all the eyeballs, we put them in a soup. Then an eyeball comes out and blasts down the door open. Okay, that makes sense. What the? Now we're at level 14. Prison maybe judging by all the cages everywhere. I don't really know what to say about this one. Then level 15, which doesn't really have a message on the wall, but a helper. In my big scary side characters video, I talked more about this guy. Here's a quick summary. So he says to collect stuff around you. We collect the clown noses, then the door opens. Then we get to level 16, the metro station, where a train passes every now and then to stop you in your paths. We find the buttons. For some reason there isn't a message on the wall, but I think we know what to do at this point. Then we take the train to level 17, which is war? Wait, what? Okay, this doesn't really make any sense anymore. A World War I styled area. What? So if you've been noticing all the weird stuff, these levels are kind of like the backrooms. To level 4 slides, to the fake skies, to the weird empty liminal areas, and now a recreation of World War I. I'm just gonna skip the other levels because they don't really contribute to anything. So that's it? Yeah, that's the lore of Big Scary. Yeah, it's just an endless labyrinth with a bunch of puzzles and 1,000-year-old monsters. Big Scary might be coming to an end soon. So I guess that's the lore of Big Scary. Bye.